don't have disgusting nigger hair. Exactly, you won't. Because all you nasty fucking black bitches have disgusting, fucked up, nappy ass heads. Yuck, bitch. I'll stick to my thick ass, educated, fucking good credit white girls instead of you ashy, dirty, smelly cocoa butter, Section 8 housing living nasty fucking niggers. Bye.
Okay, first of all, don't come for me because, ooh, let me not start with you because I'll
If I
find you and
wanted
I'll
to come
shoot
to
your ass
you,
up. You know.
if I wanted to come to you, that would imply that I want to go to the projects, and nobody wants to go to the projects. Okay, bye. I just asked what your fucking name is because I'm not going to call you XX YOLO Swag for Jesus or Jesus because that shit is fucking dumb as dog shit.
All praise, honor, and glory goes to the Most High, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the head apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth, along with the sincere brethren that is also laboring in the work, and to the believers, to you I say, Shalom. So this lesson is not going to be so much concerning the Jake woman, the so-called black woman per se, but rather exposing Esau, the so-called white man, and his wickedness, which is covered by deceit. Alright, so as you saw in that live screen or whatever, this dude was cussing out the Jake woman, and that probably wouldn't have happened if the guy wasn't drinking, you know. But as you saw, he had 2 cups in his hand or whatever the hell he was drinking. It may have been Jägermeister or Jägerbomb or some shit like that. But as you saw, he got to the point where he gave zero shits about what he said at that point. And this is how these Edomites do, you know. You might have a group of, you might have a Jake, a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American that has a clique of so-called white buddies or Edomite buddies. And they might go to a bar, and it might just be him surrounded by 5 Edomites. You know, they sitting there and they talking shit, kicking it, laughing and drinking and having a good time or whatever. But as soon as this Jake leaves and goes to the bathroom or whatever, you know, his so-called friends are sitting there talking shit about him, all right? And when he returns, what do you know? They have drinks that they bought ready for him, pretty much. You know, they didn't order you drinks, but meantime, while you was in the bathroom, they was talking shit about you. That's how these Edomites do. You know, the hatred is covered by deceit, and the Bible goes into that, you know. It goes into extreme detail about how Esau, his hatred is covered by deceit. The ancient hatred that goes all the way back to Genesis, the 25th chapter, between Jacob and Esau, is embedded into these people's DNA, and that hatred is deeply rooted, and at some point it's gonna come out, you know. This is so let's get started with this lesson. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so of his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him. And thou should be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou should know that his rest have not all been together wiped away." Right? So if you're looking into a looking glass, you see your reflection, right? But in the case with Esau, that window glass is pretty much foggy, and you can't really see his wickedness. And these scriptures pretty much wipes that looking glass off and exposes him. So once you really look at this man and his inner core, you understand that he's full of wickedness, right? And this man, his hatred is covered by deceit. Matter of fact, I'll pull some real quick. Let's get Proverbs. Get that pulled up. Proverbs 26 and 25 says, "When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit." See? His wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation, right? And that's what we're doing. We're exposing his wickedness. I think that's why in Revelation, it says that the whole world was deceived, you know, by the devil. And that devil is Esau, the so-called white man, all right? Through his witchcraft and his philosophies and his deceit, all right? So let's go back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 12. And let's see. Verse 12. It says, "Set him not by thee, Lest when he have overthrown thee, and they have overthrown us, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Right? So never trust this man. You might have to deal with these people on a daily basis, but we understand the core of Esau and the fact that he has that ancient hatred embedded deep in his DNA, and it's gonna come out eventually, right? Just like you saw with the Edomite, when they got drunk, the ancient hatred comes out and they expose who they truly are, right? And that's that looking glass being wiped and exposing his rust, which have not been altogether wiped away, right? That wickedness. Verse 13, who would pity a trauma that is bitten with a serpent? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have been bitten by the serpent seed. You trust this man, all right? So who's going to pity you that are charming a serpent that has been bitten, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who would pity, right? You taking sides with this man, no one's going to pity you, right? Not of the elect. You see? It says, for a while he will abide with you, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry, right? So a while this man is going to act like a friend. He's going to act like he's there for you to help you. But if you begin to fall, he's not going to tarry to destroy you. Verse 16, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, all right? But in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood, all right? Because this man is an opportunist. This man does not give a shit about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, right? So once this system really falls and they start waging war on you people, then you're going to know why, all right? Because he's not going to have any use for you. They're only using you. These elites are only using you to build their economy, to make them rich, right? You're nothing but a slave in the eyes of these elites, which run everything in the world. So once they have no need for you, they're going to try to exterminate you. And they already got this in plan, with the Georgia Guidestones, to where they want to reduce the population to 500 million, And that's going to be when they try to issue in a new world order agenda, okay? In which they've already started. It says, verse 17, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, right? So if you find yourself in some shit, he might be the first one there to help you. And that's to suck you in. That's to suck you in into thinking that he's really there to take care of you, right? And thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee, right? So though he pretend to help you, yet he's undermining you. He's talking shit about you in the back of his head, right? He's saying all kind of stuff about you, but when he speaks, it sounds like he's being friendly and nice and caring. And that's how the devil works. Verse 18, he will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Right? And that's what they do. They undermine you and they talk shit about you. Especially around their buddies. See? So from now, alright, and the Lord hates these people. Let's go to Ezekiel, 35th chapter. Yeah, Ezekiel 35 and 5, and this is a whole chapter going to Esau, right? Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir. That's the dwelling place of Esau, the Edomites, the so-called white people. It says, and prophesy against it. And say unto it, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand upon thee, against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Verse 5 says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from him that passeth out, and him that returneth, and I will fill his mountains, his governments, with the slain men in the hills and in the valleys and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. It says, I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return. It's talking about America. And ye should know that I am the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. You see? Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine. It's the nation of Israel and the United States, which they stole from the Native Americans, so-called Native Americans, who are the Israelites as well. It says, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, and that I have heard all the blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. Thus with their mouths have you boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, when the whole world rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all it's like in all Idumea, which is the Greek term for Edom. It says even all of it. And they should know that I am the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So the Lord got it out for these Edomites. Alright? They feel like they're at the top of the world. They feel like they're the cream of the crop. Not knowing that the Most High raised them from cavemen, and they're going to return back to that state. You know? And the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Natives are going to return back to that glory state as being the royal people of the earth. The ones that are going to rule the earth in righteousness. Right, according to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, right? And so that's where we at right now, man. We preaching His word and it's cutting Esau up. We expose him through the scriptures, and you know, this man's judgment is soon on the way. Let me get one more before I close out. Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. He should not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brother and his neighbors, and he is not. Right? So the Lord has exposed this man in the last days as the wicked. Alright? The scum of the earth, the devil, the deceiver, Satan, all of that, man, goes back to the so-called white man Esau. And you know, we one step closer every day to getting to the kingdom of heaven. And you know, we can't wait. So hey, Lord willing, it was edifying. Till next time. Shalom.